I've just heard a very entertaining story, a sort of take on Donald Trump, which I hadn't heard before. And there's been a little article about it. So Donald Trump has recently claimed that he wants to get to heaven if possible, but he admits he's at the bottom of the totem pole. Now, this is classic Trump, offhand, disarming, sort of with an element of self-awareness. The totem pole metaphor is not, as it would be in Native American culture, a marker of ancestry and reverence. In Trump's American vernacular, it simply means being unimportant, low down, undeserving. And he casts himself in a sort of mock penitential light. And of course he expects everybody to be saying, no, 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 you're really important, you're at the top of our totem pole. Well, I'm afraid I probably agree with Mr. Trump. And he hopes God will notice his peacemaking efforts. Now that's the point. Cue Caroline Lovett. Caroline Lovett is one of his loyal defenders, and sort of who insists, in the light of this little statement, that the president is serious and that his record proves it. And she points to 6 so-called peace deals, of which the most celebrated are the Abraham Accords, normalizing relations between Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco and Sudan. And Trump also counts Kosovo, Serbia, economic agreements and minor truces. He's built a mythology. Trump, the deal maker, who became a mediator, a man whose work on earth might open up the gates of heaven. And the phrase is not accidental. Trump knows his evangelical base well. References to heaven, unworthiness and peacemaking sound biblical, even Christ-like, messianic. Yeah, even if uttered with a Queen's accent, that's not that's not Her Late Majesty. That's the stuff in New York. He signals, I may be flawed, but I am chosen. This is the evangelical paradox. Forgive the sinner because the sinner delivers results. But the reality is more mixed. The Abraham Accords avoided the real heart of the Middle East conflict, Israel and Palestine. Kosovo and Serbia quickly turned to acrimony. Sudan's agreement collapsed into civil war. One might charitably say Trump unlocked doors, but doors which slammed shut as soon as the cameras left. In contrast this with the more irreverent cultural barometer that is South Park, and long before Trump invoked heaven, Trey Parker and Matt Stone had already cast him in a far darker afterlife. I mean, they can do no wrong in my mind, having written the Book of Mormon. In one episode, Satan, formerly shacked up with Saddam Hussein, finds himself with a new bedfellow in Donald Trump, and the gag is brutal but telling. So in popular satire, Trump isn't getting ready to enter heaven. He's not struggling at the bottom of heaven's totem pole. He's slipping under the duvet with the devil himself. And here's the paradox. Trump sells himself as the mediator-in-chief, the peacemaker who will earn celestial rewards. But popular satire sees him as the opportunist, the eternal deal-maker, even in hell, where he stands in for Saddam Hussein as Satan's intimate partner. One image is crafted for his base, the flawed man elevated by providence. The other is crafted for skeptics and for posterity, the corrupt man exposed by ridicule. So what's happened here? Trump has managed to conflate politics with theology, suggesting his international agreements are not only pragmatic achievements but also moral passports to heaven. Yet culture insists on puncturing that balloon. Satire says, heaven? No, we picture you with horns, fire and sulphur. In the end, Trump's bottom of the totem pole remark is an act of political theatre, an appeal to voters who want a humble saint, even if he is really a brash sinner. And in the end, he can't turn this picture round, can he? I think we picture him cuddling up with Satan.